Students, Assalamu alaikum. Today our topic of botany is functions of leaf. So far as we have seen, there are different types of leaves and there are different modifications also. But today we will see what are the main functions of the leaf. So far as the functions of leaf are concerned, they are divided into main parts. First is the primary or main functions, and number second is secondary functions or accessory functions. We will deal them one by one. So far as the primary or main functions are concerned, the most important single function of the leaf is synthesis of organic food in the process of photosynthesis. The raw material are carbon dioxide and water, sunlight required for providing energy. The leaves have chlorophyll for trapping sun energy. So far as this topic is concerned, the plant prepares their food by the process of photosynthesis. In this case, the leaves have small pore-like structures where carbon dioxide, which are known as stomata, where the carbon dioxide enters into the leaves, and also the water which is absorbed by the roots, and they jointly reach in the leaves, where the leaves have a power capacity to trap sunlight, sunlight, because they have chlorophyll. By this chlorophyll, a leaf can trap sunlight, and when these two things, water and carbon dioxide combine, they prepare their food in the presence of sunlight. So the important function here is the food that is prepared by these leaves. So it is photosynthesis in the plant or leaves. They are known as kitchen laboratories because they prepare food with the help of carbon dioxide and water. It is, and also releases oxygen which is taken by the animals. So the most important function of here is the photosynthesis, that is, it becomes it prepares food for all living things. It is the function of the first function of the leaves. Second function of leaves possess minute pores called stomata. Gas exchange takes place through the stomata. And these have small pore-like structures. These leaves have small pore-like structures through which the gas exchange takes place. They take carbon dioxide for the preparing of food. It takes place through the stomata, and releases oxygen outside. It is the function of leaves, that exchange of gases takes place through the leaf. It is also the main and important function of the leaves, that is exchange of gases takes place through these leaves. Leaves are the main seat. Leaves are the main seat of transpiration. Leaves are the main seat of transpiration. Transpiration produces tension in the water column of the plant and provides the necessary force for the ascent of sea. That is, these plants, they have then the ascent of shape, percentage of water increases. They have small pores through which these water in the form of vapors takes place outside. This process of losing of water in the form of vapors by which atmosphere cools, this process known as transpiration. It is takes place through the leaves. So transpiration is also the process of water movement through a plant, and its evaporation from aerial parts such as leaves, stems, and flowers. Water is necessary for plant, but only a small amount of water taken by the root is used for growth and metabolism. The remaining 97.99.5 is lost through these process of transpiration. And so transpiration is also taking place through the leaves. Vascular systems, strands represented by the veins conduct water minerals from the stem to the leaves in the xylem and transport organic material from leaf layer to the stem in the phloem. So vascular strains is taken present by veins. They also take water and minerals, which is taken first by root, then stem, then to the leaf. So these are main and primary functions of the leaf. Now we will deal secondary functions of the leaf. Storage of water. Storage of water. So for the first function, storage of water. It is the cells of some succulent plants such as aloe modified to form pitcher for collection rainwater. In case of some plants, there is the modification of some succulent plants, they store water, such as aloe. They have the modification to store water. That means leaves have also capacity to act as storage organs. The leaves also act as storage of food, as in the leaf base of onion. So far as the onion is concerned, the leaves of this onion, they act as the storage organs of the food. So it is also the function of the leaves. So the protection, next function is protection from browsing animals by producing spines, Berberry opensia. So far as they also protect the plant from the animals by producing spines. They have spines which protect the plant from the animals. These plants have some sort of spines by which they protect these plants from the browsing or raising of animals. So next function is leaf or leaf segment is modified into trap mechanism for catching and digesting small animals in the insectivorous or carnivorous plants, Nepenthes. In some plants, these have a sort of by which they catching and digesting small animals or insects in Nepenthes, so they can digest the animals. It is also the function of the leaves. These are main functions of the leaves. There are also other functions of the leaves. The leaves of some plants bear areas which contain nitrogen for fixing organisms and thus add to the total nitrogen content of the plants. Leaves are changed into hygroscopic appendages in Tapeworms, for they are modified into sepals, petals, stamens, and carpels to take part in the sexual reproduction. In some cases, they are modified. It is also their modification. The leaves also help in climbing. For this, different leaf can be converted into tendrils, leaf tendrils, petioles, and leaf tendrils. It is modified different tendrils for the climbing. They have also this function. Leaves are modified to store air. They are also modified to store air. They can also are modified to store air. It is also their function, either in lamina or petiole for gas exchange and floating in the aquatic plants. In some cases, they can also float in aquatic plants. In Salvinia, one leaf of each node is changed into root. They can act as balance for floating. During floating, they can balance the plant. It is also their function. As bud scale stipules provide production of the bud. In some cases, they also provide production to the bud. So leaves have very important and main functions. Today it is sufficient. Next